welcome back to my channel. Hope you are well. So today I'm doing the baby tag video. I was tagged by the lovely, and I've always called her Beck, but I watched her video and she says that she would love to be called Reb if she had the choice, sort of nickname wise. It just hasn't stuck before, so I'm trying it out. So I was tagged by the lovely Reb, Mrs. Meldrum, who I'm sure you all follow, but if you don't, I'll pop her link below. And yeah, I've got to answer a bunch of questions all about baby names. So before I start, I have a little girl called Isla Amelia who is 3 years old, and I have a son called Lachlan Elias who is 10 months old. So they're my baby names, and you might be quite interested that some of them don't actually feature in my favourites from this tag. Also, apologies, I'll be using my phone to look because I'm never going to remember all the questions. So the first question is, what is your favourite boys and girls name from the top UK names list? And this is 2015, but I've just used the most up-to-date one. So there's like a kind of 2017 mid-term chart that's come out, so I'm using that. So I have put Luna for a girl and Grayson for a boy. I've always loved Luna. Luna was maybe going to be a girl's name if Lachlan had turned out to be a girl, but obviously he was a boy. And also Luna has gotten really popular, and I was worried after picking Isla and how popular that got. I was thinking maybe it would be a name that I love, but might not go for it just because I thought it was going to get super popular, because I'm sure John Legend or someone else, so there's a few celebrities who've used the name. So it's a lovely name. And my boy's name, yeah, Grayson. So I've just always liked Grayson, but I don't know, boy wise I've just always been drawn to more Scottish names just because I'm Scottish, and I think if I'd had a Grayson, maybe some of my family would have been like, oh, that's interesting. But I think it's a beautiful name. I've always loved it, and it goes quite well with our last name as well. So second question, what is your least favourite boy and girl's name from the top UK names list? I feel really bad saying this, like this feels really awful, because you never know, like someone watching, one of you guys watching might have a child with this name, and I'll just feel really awful. But I'm sure you probably don't like my choices of names. A lot of people are like Elias with Lachlan, so I guess it's just all just personal preference. But yeah, my least favourite boy and girl's names from that list were Hazel for a girl and Julian for a boy. And I don't really know why. There's not really any reasons behind why I don't particularly like them. They're just names I wouldn't choose. Hazel I just associate with nuts, and I don't know. I really don't know what it is about that name. Not sure at all. And then Julian I associate with that Julian Assange guy or whatever his name is, and I just find it quite like a harsh name. It's quite like a Julian. So yeah, no, don't really like that name. If you had twins, what would you name them? So girl girl, boy boy, and boy girl. So for girl girl I put Mila and Esme. For boy boy I put Aaron and Luca, and then for boy girl I put Luna and Luca. I don't know why I didn't do them all with like the same letters. I'm not sure why, but I just feel like obviously the boy girl it was 2 same letters. Luna and Luca I just feel rolls off the tongue, and I really did like the name Luca for a boy, but I don't know, it's another one I felt like was going to get quite popular, and I wasn't as big a fan of Lucas. And I think if I'd called Isla, if I'd called Lachlan Luca, he might have gotten Lucas a lot, just because that's what people would assume it would be. So yeah, but I really love those names. Mila I've always loved as well. That was another name we were going to have maybe if Lachlan was a girl. Esme I've always loved. I had a friend from a bar I worked in called Esme, and I've just loved it ever since. And yeah, Aaron spelled A-R-R-A-N rather than Aaron. Just like a nice Scottish name. It was another contender actually. I think it was in my last baby names video. Before I had Lachlan, how strange. Before I knew he was a boy. If you could change your name to anything, what would it be? I went through a stage, because I'm Sarah. Sarah for my age group is just very popular. There are so many Sarahs. Even when I was at school in the Middle East, there were so many Sarahs in my class. It's crazy. And it is a lovely name. There's nothing wrong with the name Sarah. It doesn't bother me one way or another, but I always wanted to change my name when I was younger, and I really wanted to be Ashley for some reason. I don't like, that's not a name I actually really like that much anymore. It's like a nice, I mean like it's nice on other people, I just mean for myself, like I don't think it suits me at all. But yeah, I think now if I could change my name, I really like the name Cara or Esme. Like I've mentioned, Esme's going to feature quite a lot in this video. You have 4 children, any gender. Their first names all have to start with the same letter. What would their names be? So I think I've got 3 girls and 1 boy, just because I found it hard to find any more boys' names that I liked beginning with this letter. So I'm using E. E featured very heavily when we were like trying to pick Lachlan's name. So I've got Ailey, Elias, Everly and Esme. And Elias is the only boy's name, and that's Lachlan's middle name. Love Ailey. If I could change Isla's name to Ailey now, I would. Just because Isla's so popular. I love the name Isla, but there's so many Islas in her nursery, and she's going to be like plagued with the same thing as me, where they're like Isla, and you always have to say the last name as well, which I used to hate. I was like, I'm just Sarah. So yeah, I wish I'd called her Ailey, and I did debate like a few months ago. I was like, Robert, is it too late to change your name? And he was like, she knows her name now, so it's too late. but it was my second choice when I was having her. Elias, I love, that's Lachlan's middle name. Everly was another contender when I was having Lachlan. If he was a girl, we had loads of girls' names, barely any boys' names, but it's spelled Everleigh rather than Ley or Ly. Just really like a really pretty name, had a nice meaning which I can't remember right now, but it was lovely when we were searching baby names. And Esme I've already mentioned. What's your favourite animal inspired name? Fox. I love foxes. And I just think it's so fun, like Fox is just great. It's just such a like cool, urban, edgy name. So yeah, that would be my animal inspired name. I can't think of any others actually. What's your favourite colour inspired name? So I said Jet for a boy and Coral for a girl. So Jet, obviously jet black. Jet's quite cool. It's quite like modern. I sound really old when I say that, but yeah, like that name. And Coral, I've struggled with girls' names with colours because there's a lot of like Scarlet and Ruby and Rose and things like that. But yeah, Coral was just the one that stood out to me in this list I was reading, and it's just got something quite fun about it. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, I like it. What are your top 3 favourite boys' names? So I put Lachlan, Aaron again, and Blair. Blair is a name that I really loved. It's another Scottish boy's name, and I just didn't go with it with Lachlan just because I know quite a few Blairs at home, and then obviously Gossip Girl, it's a girl's name, so I didn't go with it, but I do really love it. To be fair, there's loads of boys' names I like. What are your top 3 girls' names? So I put Ailey, Esme and Everly. Names I've already discussed. What is your favourite celebrity baby name? So I wasn't too sure, like I had a good look on the old Google, and it was either Arlo Day Brody, which is Leighton Meester, and Adam Brody. I put Brody there. I don't know what that's about. Clearly that's my mind telling me I want another baby. But yeah, Arlo Day, I just thought that was a really cute name. I like the name Arlo anyway, and Arlo Day just goes so well together, and it just sounds really nice and really lovely, and I really liked it. But I'd also put down, because I wasn't very sure in the beginning what I was going to go for, was Mason Dash, so Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick's little one, so Mason Dash Disick. I always find it's fun like hearing how names sound with the last name, if you know what I mean. That kind of like adds to it for me, so I think that works really well, and Mason's a really cute name. What is your ultimate guilty pleasure name? And I know this isn't a guilty pleasure name because it's a really popular name right now, it's just a guilty pleasure name for me because it comes out of a TV series that was a guilty pleasure for me. So mine would be Ezra, just because me and Robert were obsessed with Pretty Little Liars for a while, and yeah, I just love the name, but I know it's really popular now, and it should be because it's a nice name, but for me it's like my guilty pleasure because I'd probably never be able to separate Pretty Little Liars and the name Ezra. Oh, what are your most hated baby names? That's so mean. I feel like these names that I'm going to choose are like names that not many people would call their babies now, so hopefully it won't offend anyone. And actually the first one's quite funny because it could be my husband's name shortened if he was like really old, so it's Bob. Baby Bob. Surely no one calls the baby Bob. Maybe I can't get away with that because maybe that is Robert. I never understood how you get from Robert to Bob, but never mind. So yeah, it'd be like Bob, or I was going to say Bert, but that's quite like a Dutch name and that doesn't really actually bother me. We'll stick with Bob, even though I think that might be a nickname. And then for a girl it'd be Shirley. I don't know why, it just doesn't, it's not hated. Hate's a strong, I don't hate many things in life. I only hate like really horrible, offensive, bad things that happen in the world. I don't like hate baby names, but I'd say they're probably like, yeah, my most disliked baby names. Choose a baby name based on food or drink. I put anise because I thought of like anise stars and like, what's that, fruit, there's a fruit like that, so yeah, anise. I think that's really sweet. Choose a baby name based on a month. I struggled with this, like I wasn't too keen on like that sort of baby name sort of train of thought, so I put April because it was the only one I was really drawn to and felt like I could like understand and like. That sounds really silly. Choose a baby name from a movie. I struggled with this one as well because I love watching movies, but I don't remember movies at all. I watched them and then a day later I've forgotten what's happened, so I'm never going to remember names from a movie. But I had a bit of a Google and I came up with Logan because I really like the name Logan. Apparently it's a Scottish name, and it's obviously from Wolverine, which Robert would be very proud of me for because he loves that film. And choose a name that's already in your family. I went for my dad's name. I really like the name Fraser, and it's making a comeback, like a proper comeback now. So yeah, it's a really lovely name. Also, I love the name Morven, which is my cousin's name, which actually, now I'm just thinking about it now, that's probably one of my girls' names rather than, oh, I don't know who I'd take out. But yeah, Morven. I love the name Morven. I probably would have had a baby girl called Morven if I didn't have a cousin Morven already. So that was my baby name tag video. Thanks Mrs. Meldrum for tagging me. And now I tag Ash from Mama Read Writes, who I love, and I love her accent. Like, I want her accent so bad because then everyone would know I was Scottish and not think I was some Canadian or just very odd sounding person. I love her, so go check out her channel as well. I will pop her link below. And then also Emily Norris. Everybody knows Emily Norris. I don't think she's done this yet. I had a quick check, so tagging her too. She just recently hit 100k, which is amazing, so well done to her again. And the lovely Hannah Lucy, who I met recently in real life. We went on a little coffee date with the kids, and then we went for a little gym date, just the mamas, and she's so lovely. So hopefully you ladies managed to do this tag. Give me a shout if you do, and enjoy. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I said loads of ands there, and there I go again. We'll see you soon. Bye.